Cinco de Mayo was in 1862 on 5th of May when Benito Juarez went out and took a bunch of farm workers with just their shovels and pitchforks and rocks in their own hands and went and fought a battle against the French troops, and they won. And this was back in 1862. That's Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo is not Mexican Independence Day. Cinco de Mayo is not alcohol. It's not margaritas. It's not partying. It's supposed to be celebrated with your family and friends in a nice, good way.
Putting posters up everywhere, commercials every 5 minutes saying, you know, come celebrate with a keg, come party at Cinco de Mayo.
Let's have a blender full of margaritas. Let's just drink as much as we can. Let's Cinco de Drinko.
It's another celebration, another time that people are going to go out there and party. You know, and youth saw adults going out there and partying, and college students going out there and partying, and bars advertising happy hours. But they never heard what Cinco de Mayo was. They didn't know what the holiday was all about.
We're not saying, you know, we don't believe in alcohol. We're saying just don't use our culture. Our culture is not for sale.
There was a buzz that was being created, and what they were talking about was the alcohol industry taking away a celebration that was considered a Mexican celebration. And people were saying that there's something not right going out in the community. We need to bring justice to what's happening out there.
Our coalition consists of community members, parents, moms and dads, youth from high schools, middle schools. We have business owners, we have city councilmen, we have assemblymen, we have people who are involved with different foundations. I have co-workers that work in my agency. We have other prevention providers. We have a county board of supervisors. And all those put together, everybody comes to the coalition with a talent. And with everybody's talents put together, you can do amazing things.
People were doing something about it. They were giving out the right information. They were bringing it back, making it a cultural event, a family event, and just sending a message out there that you don't need alcohol, tobacco, or other drugs to have fun.
We did our research, we did our homework, we went out, we found all the advertising in the stores, on the billboards, we listened to the radio stations, we watched TV. We took a good look around our community to see the problem. We spoke to people about what do they think is happening on Cinco de Mayo, and all you heard was margaritas and partying. You don't want to hear that. We want to hear it's a cultural holiday. It's a beautiful holiday for our culture to celebrate. Once we did our homework and we got our research, we decided, okay, what are we going to do with this? Now that we have all the stats, we found out how many DUIs were given the year before. We found out how many alcohol-related accidents. We found out how much the alcohol industry spent. We did all our homework and we said, okay, now what are we going to do with it? We need to educate the community. We need to let San Diego County know this is what's going on and we need your help and we want to make a change.
They saw all the simple little things that they can do by participating in a city council meeting. They saw that people were over there, then other residents could ask for a street sign, for example. And they were asking for speed bumps or them to change the hours of the pool because it wasn't accessible to everyone. And then they saw that alcohol licenses were being given out at city council meetings. But they realized that they had a right to voice their opinion about those alcohol licenses. And if you get involved and learn the process, you can actually stop an alcohol license. So it just keeps growing and growing from there.
we need to be bold and go out and ask for money, because you can't have an event as such as a parade and a festival with no money. So we began to write grants. We did research on foundations. Everybody came back to the table with at least 10 different people that they knew in the community that can possibly help us with money. The alcohol industry thinks that you can't do this without their money. Alcohol industry money is very easy to get. All you got to do is make a phone call. Alcohol industry asked us, well, let us be a part of your event and we will give you $10,000. We said, we don't need your money. They really didn't believe. They told us, there's no way that you can have this event become a success if you don't have our help. I said, we're going to prove you wrong. And you give someone a project and you tell them, all right, this is your goal for next month. And when they have something to work towards, they want to accomplish it.
Well, I'd like people, younger people, to know that it's okay to get involved. It's okay to be involved in something that people don't think is cool or in style or anything like that, because once before in history there was people who did step out there and did what was not the norm, and they became somebody and they made a difference. And just by trying something new can put your mark, I guess, on history or on your own world. Make a difference to someone.
We're fighters, we're workers. We don't stop, we keep going, because there's always more that we can do and always more than we can change. And youth can do it. Anyone can do it.
It doesn't matter if you're working or going to school or at home. Get involved. Get involved for the good of your children. The little time you invest right now not only will save the lives of your children, but the friends of your children. Get involved and you will never regret it.
As the momentum grows, as you get closer to the event, it gets more exciting and a little frustrating more at the same time. But you know that you're gonna see a great end result, and that's what you're working towards. So once our event came the day of, and we had our parade, we had our festival, we had over 10,000 people at the event, a huge amount of media hits, press. I mean, we had international news releases. It just went out all over, and from that first year, we've grown in the last 3 years. Today, you see less advertising for Cinco de Mayo in your smaller communities. The local stores are not putting up the advertisements as much. Some of the restaurants have decided not to put any kind of advertising in their restaurant.
La conexión con el alcohol y los jóvenes, y no nada más.
The connection between youth and alcohol is not only in Cinco de Mayo, but in other areas of our community. For example, here in National City, we are working together with the City Council to prevent more alcohol licenses for stores or markets so that there is not more access to alcohol to our youth.
Youth played a huge role. And it was funny, one day there was having a city council meeting because a local small little market, they were applying for an alcohol license right down the street from like an apartment complex. And that apartment complex just got remodeled, and they were giving everyone health education classes and other social services through the main community center and that. So these were people that were very involved. And then we brought them the message that they're going to be opening or giving out an alcohol license down the street from your house. How do you feel about that? Well, why does it matter? Oh, because if you don't want it and you go tell someone that you don't feel it's appropriate in your neighborhood, they can take that into consideration, and the mayor and the city council can say no to that license, to that conditional use permit. So they said, okay, I can talk to the mayor and city council. Where? When? And 2 van loads of kids came to the city council meeting and lined up to speak to the mayor and told them that they didn't want another alcohol license in their community. And one little girl who just heard about it said, my dad drinks a lot of alcohol and I don't want him to be drinking more alcohol. why are you gonna sell it by my house? And the whole room was like in tears. The alcohol license got denied. So they make a huge difference.
It's a long haul that we have. It's a long battle. The alcohol industry has all this money, but we have the passion and we have the burden in our hearts to do something. I don't want to see any more deaths. And I don't want to see any more crying parents at funerals. And I don't want to see the parents in the courtrooms saying that, you know, within seconds my son went out and drank and hit someone and killed someone. I want to see good things in the community, and I want to see everybody safe and healthy.